KLM 4805 began its takeoff roll. Pan Am 1736 was still on the runway. March 27, 1977. Two Boeing 747 jumbo jets sat on the tarmac at Los Rodeos Airport on the island of Tenerife, in Spain's Canary Islands. Neither aircraft was supposed to be there. A terrorist bomb at Gran Canaria Airport had forced dozens of flights to divert. KLM Flight 4805, a charter from Amsterdam carrying 248 people, and Pan Am Flight 1736, a charter from Los Angeles and New York with 396 aboard, were among them. Both crews waited for Gran Canaria to reopen. KLM 4805 was commanded by Captain Jacob Veldhuizen van Zanten, one of the airline's most senior pilots, the face of KLM's own advertising. His first officer was Klaas Muurs. Pan Am 1736 was captained by Victor Grubbs, with first officer Robert Bragg. When Gran Canaria finally reopened, both aircraft prepared to depart. But Los Rodeos had only one runway, runway 30. Dense fog was rolling in from the mountains. Visibility was dropping below 300 meters. The tower instructed both 747s to taxi along the active runway itself. KLM was instructed to taxi to the far end of runway 30, make a 180-degree turn, and hold for takeoff clearance. Pan Am was told to follow on the same runway and exit at the third taxiway. But in the fog, neither crew could see the other. At 17:06 local time, Captain Van Zanten advanced the throttles. First Officer Muurs radioed the tower, "We are now at takeoff." The tower responded with an ATC route clearance, not a takeoff clearance, but the phrasing was ambiguous. Van Zanten interpreted it as permission. Pan Am's crew, still on the runway, radioed, "We are still taxiing down the runway." The transmissions overlapped. A heterodyne squeal blocked the critical words. KLM 4805 accelerated down runway 30 at full power. Pan Am 1736 was still on the runway, searching for their exit taxiway in the fog. Captain Grubbs saw the KLM's landing lights emerging from the mist. He pushed the throttles forward and turned hard left. It was not enough. At 17:06:50, the KLM 747 struck the Pan Am 747. The KLM aircraft, barely airborne, tore across the top of the Pan Am jet at approximately 140 knots. Both aircraft were destroyed in the resulting fire. 583 people died, all 248 aboard KLM 4805, and 335 of the 396 aboard Pan Am. 1736. 61 survivors, all from Pan Am. 1736, escaped through breaks in the fuselage. Many were seated in the forward upper deck section. Rescue crews struggled in the fog, and initially believed only one aircraft was involved. It took hours to comprehend the full scale of the disaster. The Spanish investigation, supported by the Dutch and American authorities, identified the primary cause. KLM 4805 took off without clearance. Captain Van Zanten initiated the takeoff roll before receiving explicit authorization. Contributing factors included the fog, the ambiguous radio phraseology, the simultaneous transmissions, and the pressure Van Zanten felt from Dutch duty time regulations. Tenerife changed aviation forever. Standard phraseology was overhauled worldwide. The word takeoff was restricted to the actual clearance itself. Crew Resource Management, CRM, was developed, teaching first officers to challenge captains. Cockpit authority gradients were flattened. Ground radar became mandatory at major airports. 583 people lost their lives on a runway they were never supposed to be on, in fog that hid the danger until it was too late. Their legacy lives in every cockpit checklist, every standardized radio call, every first officer empowered to speak up. Tenerife ensured that authority would never again silence safety. If this story reminded you why safety culture matters, subscribe. Remember the 583. Share their legacy.